Every day, every day, every day, every day. I'm sorry.
Alright, so while we've been busy with school and all that stuff, we managed to finally watch Gravity Falls.
Thank you, Tommy Oliver, for...
Thank you, Internet!
Well, the internet in general, but mostly Tommy Oliver for giving me that final push to finally watching it. Because with his claims, like, it's better than Friendship is Magic, I'm like, alright, I have to see it.
It'd be hard to listen to him, considering...
Well, I listen to him, and I agree with a lot of his opinions.
Oh, he's right about Gravity Falls, though.
Yes. Well...
For the most part. Yeah.
Debatably, honestly. But, yeah, Gravity Falls.
It's...
It's so good.
Oh, Gravity Falls. Why haven't I watched this show already until now?
Yeah, I mean, it came out 2 years ago. How have we not seen it until now?
It's like Friendship is Magic, except different. And it's... Okay, this might sound absolutely crazy coming from us. I would say Gravity Falls is better than Friendship is Magic.
Alright. Gravity Falls, just overall average, is better than Friendship is Magic, but Friendship is Magic has had more time to be better. Like it's had so many good moments already, but it's also had some pretty bad moments.
Yeah.
But you have, but that kind of just averages out to, yes, it's above average, but just barely above average. But then you have a show like Gravity Falls, who has as of right now has only had 29 episodes.
As of now.
Yeah. Waiting for a new one, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that, but but every episode has pretty much been above average, and barely any missteps, barely ever. It's it's like overall, Gravity Falls is the better show, but it hasn't had any real time to really slip up yet.
Yeah, and we're still new to it, unlike most people.
Well, we've caught up.
Yeah, we definitely caught up. We're good at catching up at things.
Yeah, but
because we're pretty flexible, we have plenty of free time for that.
Yeah. Well, if you're I really don't think we need to explain it. I think that you can literally find an explanation of the entire series on the internet, right?
Yeah, you can find like a description. It is. I'm glad I finally can watch it and appreciate the genius that it is.
Thank you, Alex, for bringing us into our universe, and thank you, Disney, for not canceling it yet.
Right, Disney.
How does Disney have this?
Okay, their movies are good. Okay, the movies are good. They kind of had a hiccup in the early 2000s, but they've gotten better and stuff. And of course, there's Pixar right now. Like, having a little trouble with their recent movies. Cars 2, Monsters University. Didn't see Brave. I probably would like it.
But who knows? But
and of course, Disney Channel has kind of gone from the cartoons, basically we all know and love, even like some original cartoons, to stupid live action sitcom.
Live action.
Trying to jumpstart a bunch of musical careers for these bunch of kids, so when they can grow up, they can go off on their own and become a bunch of freaks.
Basically.
Like stars.
Basically. What are the cartoons on Gravity Falls? I mean, not on Gravity Falls, but
there's also Phineas and Ferb, but
which is decent.
I never really liked Phineas and Ferb as much. I love the parody of Platypus segments. I want an entire show based on a parody of Platypus. I don't want to care about what Phineas and Ferb do and their friends. I want Perry and Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
I think the Duck Detective is kind of like Perry the Platypus in a way.
Never really thought of that. I just thought it was just something amusing because...
Whatever. But... So... How do we start off by listing our favorite characters, I guess?
Like, no, how do we actually come across Gravity Falls?
Alright. I came across it, well, just seeing stuff on the internet. I didn't really think much about it.
Yeah, kind of like Friendship is Magic in a similar way.
Yeah,
that's how we.
It's a lot of similarity to Friendship is Magic. Like even down to the time of year when I discovered the show, and I got him into it, and like just the way we've got.
I think the nature between Friendship is Magic and Gravity Falls is like yin yang in the sorts.
Yeah. Well,
like they actually complement each other well. Like if you like one show, you like the other.
Well,
you like more people get into Gravity Falls because they won't feel as pressured or embarrassed to watch it.
Yeah, Gravity Falls is basically like
now these days, Friendship is Magic is no problem. It's just starting off. Friendship is Magic was just an unexpected hit.
Yeah, but
Gravity Falls could have just been a run-of-the-mill cartoon, but no, it's amazing.
Alex Hirsch is a genius.
Well, this is like his first show's like kind of like like worked on by himself, like his own personal show.
I think so. He did work on Flapjack, I think.
I don't think we really like Flapjack that much.
I didn't like it.
My mom hated it.
Well,
she thought it looked ugly as heck.
Well, it does.
I think it was purposely going for it. Stylistics suck.
Well, I thought it looked ugly, but I think it
kind of Chowder clone or something like that. Weird enough.
Well, Chowder and Flapjack are kind of
different.
Well, they're not. I was gonna say the same, actually. But
and of course, we also talked about like our problems with Korra, and of course, we never really were into Adventure Time. And then this is Over the Garden Wall show, which is.
Haven't seen, heard it's okay, but not really interested.
Not interested either.
Alright. People compare like Gravity Falls to Adventure Time, like in terms of how good they are. I acknowledge that Adventure Time is a good show. It's not up my alley though.
No.
Gravity Falls, no. Gravity Falls just appeals to me.
It's right. So actually, the first signs of Gravity Falls was I may have seen like a little bits of it, but the first notable instance was during the IDW comics, like during their second arc, the Nightmare Rarity arc.
The cameo?
Yeah, the Mabel cameo, where she's depicted as a pony replacing Rarity.
Oh, yeah.
In a nightmare sequence. That was my first thing I came across.
Yeah. And when I saw that, I thought it was... It's a Gravity Falls reference. A show that I haven't watched, but okay.
And
I'm not gonna...
Then there's one day we went to the dentist, and we actually catch one episode on TV, and we're like, oh look, this Gravity Falls show's on.
It was...
Gonna watch it.
Yeah, it was Fight Fighters. There's no mistaking it. It was Fight Fighters.
I was impressed from what I saw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could. I couldn't anyway. I couldn't really hear it because, well, I was getting my teeth worked on.
I liked what I saw after rewatching it. It's still as good as I remember.
Yeah. Well, it did look really fun, and the fact that
it was actually talking a pretty interesting message that did really well.
Yeah. A, I like video games, and B, it's an episode about video games. I mean, what's not to like? So, yeah, that was one of the gateways into me really, like, deciding to watch it. But Tommy Oliver pretty much gushing over season 1 and, like, the first 3 episodes of season 2 when they all aired in August, but... Yeah, was it the first 3? Yeah, I think so. It was 3 or 4, but whatever.
Alright. But I think the big push is basically when there's one episode of... I think that really drove us to start watching the show was the Susan and Ryoko when they came out around the same time. There was like the... when we were finally deciding that...
So basically, how it kind of went down was I was kind of getting into Five Nights at Freddy's at that time.
Yeah, because Five Nights at Freddy's was pretty popular over the summer, but when it showed all of a sudden, it blew a lot of people away and gave them pretty, quite the chills.
It took me a while to actually be like, all right, I'm going to pay attention to this. It was the Super Gamer Brothers that it was that Let's Play. Elliot, you're amazing. You didn't beat the entire game, but you're amazing, and I salute you.
And I found out through the game through Fire, Joker around on his channel. I noticed he did this Let's Play live stream. I'm like, oh, this looks like an interesting game. Then I ended up finding Markiplier's Let's Play of it, and it got into it.
And kind of how I got interested, I wouldn't really call it that, but noticed Markiplier for a brief bit. I did watch his Let's Play all the way through. I thought it was okay. I still don't really...
And then we get the surprise sequel, prequel.
I don't like Five Nights at Freddy's 2, I'm sorry. Alright, as much as I love how simple and, how deviously simple the Five Nights at Freddy's original gameplay is, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is just chaotic, and it's not...
It looks like a nightmare of, sheer madness. And not to mention, it's even got a harder mode, like an even harder than hard mode.
20 by 10?
Yes! 10 by 10, 20 by 20 was
20 by 20 mode. Yeah, it's actually it's absolutely just ridiculous. But 20 by 10 mode, no.
And Markiplier managed to pull it off again.
Well,
Markiplier is awesome and hilarious.
Yeah. Kind of. But aside from that Five Nights at Freddy's tangent, but the episode Susan the Real Girl.
Well, apparently started. We'll get into more detail about it.
All right. So you finally got me to crack and actually interested in Mr. Enter, Mysterious Mr. Enter.
Yeah.
Who's awesome, by the way.
I've been watching it since like during the beginning of the. I think it was like during the hiatus. Like I found his stuff and started enjoying his work.
I started watching him late July, early August of this year.
Mm.
And I got started with mainly his animated atrocities and Admiral animations, but now I've like really warmed up to him lately. But
and then he also had like this like one particular thing that basically I think that was also the other next big push, which was he was doing like a top.
No, I think that was it actually because
the top 25
because it was like because
he did also a couple other episodes
because the Gravity Falls like thing that Tommy Oliver did was back in August, September, but this was October now.
Yeah.
With all that stuff happening, and
so he does it basically listing the most disturbing cartoon episodes
that aren't Halloween episodes. That's the interesting thing to note. That it's just
and Enter already did 2 episodes of Gravity Falls already. Let's see, Summerween and Land Before Swine. Both admirations. One was considering an atrocity, but it did something that basically he's like, okay, admiration.
That pretty much kept it from becoming an atrocity. But then the Summerween thing.
So he talks about this Susan the Real Girl episode, which basically which pretty much came surprise smash hit.
And because of the fact that it was so strikingly similar to Five Nights at Freddy's, because they both came around at the same time. It was completely coincidental, but
yes, purely coincidental. And everyone was thinking.
It's just I saw these series of pictures. It's like, is this Five Nights at Freddy's? Is this Five Nights at Freddy's? And you see like the animatronics, and then you see Mabel's face like, and then it's just her face like covered in is this Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, so basically everyone's going crazy over this. I'm like, wait, what the heck is going on with Gravity Falls now? They're referencing Five Nights at wait.
Well, they're not referencing, but I just wanted to see how coincidental it was.
We watched it.
Did we find it around the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't really get you into the series. I think it was pretty much the exact same time.
I'm trying to get you into like a Sonic Boom.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. But whatever. But we both decided to watch Susan the Real Girl.
No, we kind of got into Friendship's Magic on our own. It's just we helped each other out.
In ways.
Gravity Falls, we just went in by ourselves.
Yeah. So it all started with Susan the Real Girl. It absolutely escalated from there. I knew that I had to watch the entire series.
I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm like,
and
dang it, I need to watch Gravity Falls now.
And it was up until season 2, episode 7 at that point, because episodes 8 and 9 hadn't aired yet, but they have aired since then, but like, just all of those episodes, I was just like...
Fighter, yeah, I find out brief glimpses of the admirations, and after watching Fighter since Used to the Real Girl, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch this show now. I'm done being chicken. I gotta watch this show.
So I watched it, you were busy with schoolwork, and I'm like, you know what, screw your schoolwork, you watch this. so we sat down and watched, like, 7 or 8 episodes in a row, and I was just hounding you, finish this series, and eventually you did.
Yeah.
And aren't you glad you did?
Yeah, right before Thanksgiving, thank goodness.
Mm-hmm. When...
The latest episode came out
on the Landon Returns episode, and as well as the most recent episode. But we'll get to those. Want to just start talking about the episodes already, or do you want to talk about our favorite characters now?
Let's talk about our favorite characters.
Alright, you go.
Grunkle Stan is the best character in the show. I don't know. This is just he's like this weird, crazy grunkle, great uncle. I always wish I wish I had, but not really. But you call him some sort of jerk character, but no, he's actually pretty.
Yeah, it's like you wish he was your father because he's just so hilarious.
Yeah, he's such a really devious and complex character at the same time. He's basically flat out. He's pretty much the exact definition of jerk with a heart of gold.
Yeah, it's basically what Mr. Krabs wishes he could be. I mean,
what Mr. Krabs used to be like.
No, even better than what Mr. Krabs used to be like.
Oh, right.
Mr. Krabs used to still only do things for his own benefit, but at least he meant well. But Grunkle Stan means well, does stuff for his own benefit, but he is a jerk, but I don't know, it's just better in a way.
I don't know, it's just kind of like Trixie when how she's basically arrogant and boastful. Like, it kind of enhances the character more than detracts, if anything.
Yeah, you just love how... What's the word for it? Ham?
Ham and cheese, maybe.
Or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
But...
Troll.
No. Yeah, he's not a troll. He's just...
Well, then again, he actually does have some actual...
he has
towards some his legit enemies. Which we'll get to him.
Yeah, but... He's a lovable con. He's basically like... he's like Flim and Flam and Mr. Krabs mixed together.
Well, yeah, except he actually has a conscience.
With a bit of Squidward.
Yeah. No, he's not. Well, yeah, he's also kind of a grouch and like sitting around it and stuff. But he really does care for his workers and of course his grandnephew and niece.
Yeah.
And apparently he's got something going on in his little basement.
But we'll talk about that. So
then there's Seuss, which I would think I wouldn't like him as much because he's an idiot. But no, he's actually probably one of the smartest idiots I've come across in a while. Like,
what Patrick Star wishes he could be.
Oh my god.
This show is better than SpongeBob than SpongeBob is.
Or what SpongeBob, or basically on par what SpongeBob was like during its actual prime.
Yeah. And then you have, well, I don't know if this is one of your favorites, but Mabel. Is Mabel one of your favorites?
I bounce off of the twins. I actually do like the twins.
It's like, I really love Dipper, but I also really love Mabel. I'd say they're equal. I can't decide between the two twins, but...
Yeah, I can't really tell, like, if I... Well, okay, maybe I like Dipper a little bit more, because Mabel kind of does have some slightly annoying moments, but maybe it reminds me too much of the good bits of Pinkie Pie. Well, except with their own... But
basically...
madness thrown in.
Mabel's basically Pinkie Pie and SpongeBob. Basically...
Good SpongeBob.
Yeah. Pinkie Pie and the good SpongeBob. Well, the good Pinkie Pie and the good SpongeBob. Because Pinkie Pie's kind of getting into that territory where she's good sometimes, but she can be written horribly.
And like, see, Dipper basically like he's pretty much the male. He's basically like a male Twilight.
He's the straight man, pretty much.
Yeah. But he also gets to do his like manly pride and social anxiety at times. But he's not Fluttershy, if anything. No, Fluttershy just freaks out. Dipper's just like, just a little...
Dipper's an introvert, but he's not like...
He's a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, the weird thing is Dipper's also sounds a little... his voice is a little weird.
His voice is hard to get used to, but...
At first, because he does not sound like a 12-year-old. Mabel, I think she sounds a little old for... They're the same age, but they sound a little old for their ages.
Mabel sound fine.
Well, Mabel you can probably get away with.
Yeah,
Dipper,
Mabel
got something getting used to.
Mabel you definitely can get away with, but Dipper is kind of unsettling at first, but you'll get used to his voice.
Yeah, and of course the last of the characters, Sally. I'm not as fond as her as anyone else, and I don't think she's a terrible character, but I'm not really that fond of Wendy as much. It's probably because she's not in focus a lot, and...
Well, she's the teenager character, and it's kind of hard to write teenager characters well.
Well, the main six are kind of borderline teenager, young adult anyway.
Well, they're not like...
They're not legit teenagers.
They're not like the stereotypical teenager characters.
No.
Which Wendy is. But
she's somewhat tolerable, I gotta admit.
Yeah. Like, she spouts some of those, like, weird 90 phrases every now and then.
Yeah, the thing with, like... Yeah, it's basically...
But then again, it's not it's not intolerable.
No, I hardly hate any characters, except for maybe one character, but we'll get to her.
But whatever.
But then again, she's not really that hated, unlike someone else I know of, who I despise.
Alright, so... Oh yeah, you've listed your favorite characters. Now it's time to list mine.
Oh wait, no, actually my actual characters, well, like... Then there's also, like, the show's couple of main antagonists. Well, one doesn't show as much. The other is recurring.
Yeah.
Then there's little Gideon. Oh, that little...
Gideon's...
Such a punchable little...
Gideon's weird in that he's pathetic, but he's threatening. It's so weird.
He's pretty much lovable and so hateable at once. You want to cuddle this? You want to cuddle him and pinch his cheeks while also punch him in the face and tell him, screw off, I'm the boss.
And, like, hitting him with the broom. Go away.
Well, being courteous. Gideon is a very interesting character. All the characters are interesting. They're all over the top and interesting, but they gotta also be probably very serious and deep.
I want to talk about my favorite characters, but that would be... But we'll get to that, because...
They got some interesting side characters and stuff. And stuff.
Well, then you have the teenagers who are teenagers.
Yeah.
But I think we'll just get to all that. I think we can start talking about episodes now. I just want to talk about episodes now.
Okay, alright. We have all the characters. All the characters are great and amazing and well developed.
Right.
Mostly.
Yeah. But, alright. First episode, Tourist Trap.
Right!
The Gnomes!
Oh, right. That was the first great impression, of starting out your show. That's how you should start off your show.
Yeah.
Eat your heart out, French's Magic.
It's like, do you want to know the story of how I got to this place? It all started when I moved to Gravity Falls with my sister Mabel, and I moved in with my great uncle Stan, and it's like, all right. So comparing this premiere to Friendship's Magic premiere.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of that because we.
We just can't help it. It's like they're basically. Gravity Falls is basically just Friendship's Magic.
The counterpoint. I just see it as a counterpoint, fundamentally, in essence.
Yeah.
It's also slash life, but there's an ongoing kind of story with basically mystery and supernatural events and all that.
Yeah,
but it's more grounded in reality.
Yeah, but
this is kind of not saying much because of the supernatural that occurs. In Friendship's Magic, it's just basically typical magical fantasy stuff. This is full of a supernatural, occult, ghost, paranormal.
They know they're dealing with this stuff and they're not afraid to admit it. Mm-hmm. It's like Friendship's Magic.
There's no lesson of the week or anything like that.
Well, not explicitly, but it is. Sometimes it is implied in the episode, but then you have like,
and not to mention a smaller cast and more diverse because it's not all females. It's actually both males and females.
Yeah.
Only 3 males and 2 girls.
well, for the main cast anyway. But as I was saying, Friendship is Magic's opening, it's not good. Well, by today's standards anyway.
It was fair for its day, but now it's pretty.
Gravity Falls, great
Gravity,
first
and
impression.
Gravity Falls has a fantastic first impression.
Yeah, we're not going to go into too much detail in it because I'd like to take forever talking about the episode, so we're just give our consensus. And of course, the episode, it's like, it's pretty. It's also got a really fast peak. Yeah, the humor is like all pretty quick and like left and right, but like, it's all timed so well and like it just makes you smile or crack up.
Yeah. Gravity
And the
Falls.
characters play off each other wonderfully.
Gravity Falls has gotten me to laugh a lot, and I'm glad for that.
Also, the theme song of the show, it is amazing. I wish I could whistle. I would whistle that theme song non-stop. Your heart off, Ranges Magic. Gravity Falls has topped you twice already. It's got a better theme song and better opening.
Well, you mean better premiere? Yeah. Because opening could mean either premiere or theme song. So
yeah,
just better opening in both senses of the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about the gnomes?
Right, the gnomes. The first supernatural thing the Pine Twins come across.
It's like
The first leading up to
is it
zombie?
Is it a zombie? Is it a zombie? No, it's just It's just no.
When the gnomes are like, what the heck? Gnomes!
The funny
I
joke
saw pictures of the gnomes before, but I was expecting them to show up this quickly.
Yeah, it's like the funny picture that I remember. Well, it wasn't a picture, but the funny thing I remember from the episode is
The barfing gnome.
No, well, silence. Let me speak. But the funny thing I remember from the episode about the zombies is it's like that it's like that they're tall and pale and they're sometimes mistaken for angry teenagers. It's like I'm a statistic.
I don't know. I don't think we have the real capacity to explain too much about the show. But if you watch it, you can get it, and it pretty much tells everything you need to know. You don't need to.
There's a lot of the secrets that we might talk about, but
That's basically like if you want to get really into the midst of things.
Well, which I kind of do, but I don't really remember
I
a
just
lot
watched
of them
the
off the
show,
top of
but-
my head.
I just watched the show instead. I don't care about like those little codes and things, even though they're pretty interesting, and you have to go out of your way to solve them. And not to mention, you actually do some research to figure them out. Learning.
Then, next episode. Yeah. All right, Gobblewonker. The Legend of the Gobblewonker. The first time we see McDucket, who is actually one of my favorite characters in the show.
Basically, the running gag character.
The weird prospector, inventor kind of guy, and all he wants to do is like
Be appreciated.
Yeah. Well, mostly by his son.
Yeah.
Who's pretty much ignored him.
You saw that fan comic with them playing baseball.
Yes.
Oh, that kind
The feels.
Oh, it's so wonderful. Heartstrings and feels.
But that fan comic is
No.
Well, it's like a.
It shows style, but it's not.
No. Let me speak. Stop interrupting me. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Comic.
Yeah, the fan comic is well, it's the thing about a later episode. So stop talking about it. But yeah, so basically, fishing trip. Who wants to put on blindfolds and get into my car? Yay! Wait, what?
And of course, we also get to meet some of the other side characters, like like some. Let's see, they're not as prominent, but you remember.
Most
them.
of all, we meet McDucket.
And of course, Seuss gets a little bit more involved,
And like some of the townspeople who are just there.
and a bit more of Grunkle Stan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first episode pretty much makes it clear that even though he doesn't really care for what the twins are getting into, he actually is aware of what's going on. He's just pulling up a facade the whole time. Like,
yeah,
he's pretending he doesn't know anything. And we'll get to that point why he
that's
makes it
basically a running theme, but
for the first season.
Yeah.
Second season, everything changes.
well, we'll get to that again. So yeah, basically the episode is, Dipper and Mabel want money for reasons.
Yeah,
And they're like,
they're now aware of the supernatural things going on.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of supernatural stuff, so we can win this contest and get money. But first we have to take pictures of this weird beast that lives in the pond. So
While Grunkle Stan tries to bond with his with the twins,
but they just ignore him
and they
because
run
don't
off
want to.
Seuss.
And they follow Seuss, who joins them in their journey to take pictures of this thing. Suddenly beavers. Last letdown. Suddenly Gobblewonker. Yay! Wait, we lost all the cameras. Except one. But by the time they start taking pictures of it, they realize that it's made of metal. And inside is McGucket. Again, the crazy inventor guy. But
I would have got away if it wasn't for you meddling kids. No, it's not that kind
in
of.
hindsight, I think it was a bit contrived.
No, he's not that kind of. Oh man, Jenkins. He was the villain all along. He's just some. Yeah, he's basically the recurring funny.
Old man
guy.
Jenkins. Except he's not Jenkins. He's McGucket. So. I guess. Well.
Yeah, episodes. Yeah.
He's one of my favorite characters, but but really solidified in the later.
I think he's
episode.
one of the best side characters.
Yeah. Like you were talking about Grunkle Stan, he's also one of my favorite characters. He's in my top 3, but McGucket takes the other spot, and we'll get to the third one.
Mm-hmm.
But after that is Headhunters.
Oh yeah, the
Llamas are nature's greatest warriors.
Right.
So you're a rat. Tell me about that.
Right, the Headhunters. It was the Wax Museum, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was pretty interesting. I'm like, I'm like Joseph trying to figure out like that.
Oh no, Abraham Lincoln! I'm looking at you, Wax John Wilkes Booth.
Oh yeah, that was also like with that president guy, the one shot character, right?
Well, no. No.
Oh, he does in a later episode.
Yeah,
sorry.
that is later.
I also like him.
That's Irrational Treasure, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Just you wait.
Mm.
So basically, it's about Grunkle Stan has a wax museum, and
Dipper wants his own room.
No, not that episode.
Oh no, that's a later episode. I'm mixing things up now.
No, it's just the wax museum episode.
Oh yeah, the twins rediscovered the wax museum. Grunkle Stan apparently forgot about it, so he decides to reopen it.
One of the wax figures melts. Mabel turns it into a Grunkle Stan figure, just to inflate his ego.
But then strange things happen when
it
gets decapitated.
Oh no! Alas, poor Grunkle. I knew him well. Hold up the head of Grunkle Stan.
Shakespeare be darned.
Alas, poor me. I knew him well. But then as they're going around town trying to figure out who did it, it was the wax figures.
What? Dun dun dun!
And Shamalama Ding Dong.
What a twist.
Yeah.
You expect that a lot from the show, but it does it in a fun way.
The wax figures are alive, and
So they want revenge for being neglected.
Mm-hmm. So they tried to kill Grunkle Stan, except it was the wax Grunkle Stan. And now imagine that their intent to kill had actually succeeded. Death. There's no implications. It's all explicitly stated.
Yeah, apparently they're not. Yeah, French Magic also, since it's so aimed towards younger kids, it still tries to shy away from like seriousness, like actual murder, death. Like
French's Magic relies a lot on implicit stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Gravity Falls is not afraid to go into the dark side.
like the darkest thing, in my opinion, anyways, we ever got was Sweetie Belle ruining Verity's life by ruining one of her dresses, and that nightmare sequence. Oh no!
And it broke us.
But it's all implicit. None of it's even explicit. It's all implicit.
It's still family friendly, but it's a little bit towards older kids.
Yeah.
Heck, they're not afraid to say kill, death, murder.
Not at all, as we see later on. But
And they also get away with a lot more dirtier stuff.
yeah. But okay, and now you know where babies come from. Goodbye childhood. But that's from a different episode. But The Hand That Rocks the Maple. Introduction to Gideon, and he's a weird freak, but he also has the second book.
Yes, and at this time he had basically had like like psychic powers from this little amulet thing he had.
Not the algorithm.
And he tries to make Mabel fall in love with him, and Mabel's like, "Ew, no, you're icky and you're bad. You're bad."
But I can show you I have power. And then tries to kill Dipper, but Mabel's like, no, and save him. But
And also, like, Grunkle Stan's kind of a jerk. Not really, because he actually has some actual attachment towards Gideon, because Gideon is a little punk, but you just love the guy. He's pretty much I would call him the definition of love to hate.
Yeah.
Like, you know he does bad and terrible things, you want him to have karma smack him in the face so hard, but you can't help but just appreciate what he does. Not to mention his adorable southern accent. Trying to make him...
It's a little me.
Oh, it's just little me. And
I can buy and sell you, old man.
Oh, and apparently he's really abusive towards his parents, who are dead right terrified of him.
Yeah.
Child is...
But he's also pathetic. But he's also threatening. So
everything balances out. He's just... I would call him a very charismatic character of sorts. But he then again...
He's weird to classify.
He's a wild card villain, if anything. But he's nothing compared to the other character who we're going to bring up. Oh, he's interesting, too.
Yeah, but
Gideon's the recurring main antagonist of the show.
Yeah.
This other character is a little bit more significant.
Gideon's fun, and, well, he just tries to...
Well, then again, there's a lot of antagonists in this show, but it's usually just monster, creature of the week, or weird thing.
Yeah. But in this first episode, Gideon pretty much just sort of...
establishes his presence.
Yeah. He establishes his presence, tries to take down the Pines family from within by getting Mabel's approval. Pretty much.
Yes, because
that backfires.
Because him and Grunkle Stan, they call Grunkle Stan that because he's
Great
a
uncle. But
they've been competitors for a while, and Gideon wants more attention. And at this time, he has sort of an influence with his little amulet thing, but he loses that, and well, he doesn't fix it as far as I'm aware of. I don't think he's gonna bring that back.
Yeah.
But he swears revenge on the Pine twins and swears he's gonna make Mabel his. So yeah, we've established his presence.
Yeah. Fifth episode, The Inconveniencing. The convenience store episode.
That was pretty weird. This one pretty much goes into more mind screw territory.
Yep.
Mabel and her smile.
The future is in the past. Onwards, Aoshima. What weird dolphin thing with hands.
That is an example of tripping out and hallucinating things.
If I ever did drugs and I saw that, I would do drugs all the time. I don't care what anyone says.
I should try that. Oh, and that's not to mention that stuff was possibly expired because of the location. Yeah. And of course, Dipper also, like, early on, basically kind of like Spike falls in love with Rarity, tries to woo Wendy, but apparently Wendy's already got a boyfriend of sorts, this jerk, gothic guy, Robbie. Yeah. I don't like him, but he's not quite as hateable.
You don't like him, but that's pretty much his role to not be liked.
And
so he fits that role well.
And there's also there's the other boy teenagers and some chick who was always on her phone. They're pretty, they're just there to just fill some space. And maybe be some interesting templates for future character development.
They're even more stereotypical teenagers than Wendy is, so... They make Wendy look good by default, I guess.
Yeah, they're
They're not
basically, if you have the background ponies actually interact with the main six, sort of.
But, yeah, we have Kevin Michael Richardson, or whatever.
Oh yeah. There's also those two cop guys. Those are like some of my other favorite side characters.
I think they're gay. I honestly think they're gay.
The undertones are pretty.
No, no, they're not even undertones. It's like, I think one of the lines that they say is, "With you, every day is a dream." It's like, tell me that's not gay.
Well, Disney is pro-gay. I mean, if Frozen used to never like anything, and random new left in the middle of me, but yeah, whatever.
But
Yeah, so Mabel and Dipper joining Wendy and the other teens as they try to go rob some, or you try to sneak into some sort. No, not rob, but sneak into some old abandoned convenience store.
just because.
And of course, there's all spooky stuff going on. Apparently, the owners of it died. They were like murdered and stuff.
They were murdered by rap music. No.
Kanye West, why?
We had double heart attacks. And then they died.
Oh, and they also hated teenage. Yeah,
They hated teenagers in the past, but rap music killed them.
Yeah, and
So Dipper saves the day by doing some weird flame dance. Lammy.
Chekhov's gun. Like something embarrassing.
Yeah.
Which Wendy actually finds adorable.
Oh, it's so adorable.
Oh yeah. Even though Wendy and Dipper don't look like they should be together, they're actually closer in age because they actually have legit age. Wendy's about 15 and Dipper's 12.
Yep.
But Wendy is just really tall because she's got these weird, freaky lumberjack genes that make her a little taller than she should be.
Well, taller and stronger, so she generally has a bigger build.
Yeah, so it's okay to ship those two together. Well, with Sparity, it's a little bit more touchy because he implied pedophilia.
Well, who knows? Who knows how?
Maybe the main six are teenagers, but we just don't know.
Who even knows?
It's vague.
Species.
Yeah, not to mention that there's also that problem too.
Yeah, interspecies. No, stop. All right.
Except the disparity is actually erased. Except the disparity between Dipper and Wendy actually goes somewhere and actually develops.
Let's move on. Dipper versus manliness.
All right. I actually saw this as basically kind of like the episode's Dragon Quest, except better-ish.
Hey, look, Dragon Quest, except better. Yeah. I like Dragon Quest. I don't see what's wrong with it. I really don't.
The dragons.
No, I think they're fine.
I don't really care much. I just hear people complain about Dragon Quest, but
I
hear people complain about a lot of episodes of Friendship Magic, but I'm like, I don't hate this as much, or I'm not really that bothered.
I don't get why people complain about Dragon Quest, but I like it, so shut up. Yeah, it's basically Dragon Quest. I mean, we'll get to it later anyway, so.
Such testosterone. Fish for nipples.
That was the first moment in the show where I'm just like, did they really just do that?
Well, that's a little interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically Dipper wants to be manly, so he enlists the help of Manitors.
Yeah, those are...
Iron Will would be proud.
It is! See, the Friendship Magic simulators are too much. We're not doing this on purpose.
Did Friendship Magic do it first? Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm too lazy to look it up.
Well, then again, we were basically dealing with like fantasy creatures. You could just do whatever, use whatever.
Yeah.
Goes up.
Yeah. Double Dipper. Larson.
Right, M.A. Larson.
M.A. Larson helped with the story in this episode.
Yeah, I'm surprised, like how much input Hirsch has on the show. Like most episodes, has got his name credit on it. How many episodes did Lauren work on? 2 to 3.
No, I think it was like 5.
She wrote some of the episodes.
She wrote the premieres, right?
Yeah, she wrote the premieres. With Amy Kim Rogers.
She wrote
Ticketmaster.
She also wrote a couple mid-season episodes, and did she help write The Best Night Ever?
I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't checked. What was that?
I think it was more than the first 3.
I only can think of 3 with her. But Alex Hirsch has like total complete control of the show.
I'm turning on the fan. Hold on.
All right. He's turning on the fan now.
Yes, I am. You can talk. It's okay.
Oh, so if you read her, she's just basically like his Twitter feed. He's just having fun with the show. And like one of my favorite tweets is basically where he decides to give Wendy a middle name just for little kicks.
Yeah.
And the wiki for the show pretty much goes out its way to edit that in.
Yeah.
Everything I say is now canon. Wendy's middle name is Blurble.
I have too much power. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would love
another funny thing he did, like in the hiatus, he made a fake leak, and then he reported, make a fake leak, post it to Tumblr, watch everyone burn with anger.
Yeah, Lauren's a little bit more modest, and basically she's kind of out of focus these days, even though the Bromies and stuff.
Alex Hirsch is not modest at all.
This guy is in your face, but you just love the guy for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to work for him. I like to see his other works and stuff. Imagine if he got on board with Producer's Magic. He could just go all
He would fit right in with the amount of trolling that that Friends with Magic staff does to us.
Well, they've gotten more into trolling lately.
Yeah.
Alex Hirsch is basically the troll in charge.
Mm-hmm.
But you just love his work for it.
Yeah.
He's a legit genius. A mad genius.
Double Dipper, Paper Jam Dipper, why?
Uh-huh.
You just want to cuddle him. He's
Your mangled form, it compels me to comfort you and take pity on your existence.
you sad being.
Oh yeah, that's also the one where like there's a dance going on at the Mystery Shack.
And the introduction of your least favorite character, Pacifica Northwest.
What is with these shows and introducing these character archetypes that you just want to...
Hey, look, it's the snotty rich girl archetype. Pretty much.
I hate the snotty rich girl brat archetype. It is something I have seen so many times in so many shows, and I've hated every example of those characters that I'm just programmed to hate the trope. One of the most ridiculous examples I've seen in a while is Diamond Tiara. But I'll admit this. Pacifica actually manages to be better than Diamond Tiara at a later point in the show, because we actually do find out a reason for why she is the way she is.
Diamond Tiara at this point is just an evil little brat who's basically going our way to basically make herself look good and make everyone else's life terrible. Like, she gives no craps. Diamond Tiara just gives no craps. She's just in it for herself. Discord at least tries to make his victims enjoy his stuff, even if he's not really fond of his...
Diamond Tiara is more evil than Discord is. Okay, silence. But
Pacifica is pretty blah, and I'm like, and of course she ends up becoming Mabel's rival.
mm-hmm.
So basically, I'm just gonna root for Mabel no matter what, even if Mabel's in the wrong.
Oh yeah, you know what I realized with the way that there's.
Oh yeah, Mabel gets some friends introduced.
With the way that the Channel Awesome Doug and Rob Walker Gravity Falls vlogs are going, Susan the Real Girl comes out on Christmas. It's the best Christmas present ever. But we'll get to that.
Oh yeah, we still remember we have the Walker brothers. They got into the show at the same time we did. It was a pure coincidence.
Purely coincidental, just like Susan the Real Girl and Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's all coincidences.
Reality solution, the universe is a hologram, Michael. Bye. But we'll get to that.
Yes. Yeah, so basically, there's a party going on.
Yeah.
Dipper tries to manage a bunch of other stuff while trying to have the best night without trying to hit on with Wendy.
Yeah.
So he finds his magic paper copier where basically he can make clones.
Can I be in two places at once? Yes, I can. And it won't end well. But I'm doing it anyway.
So he creates a bunch of clones.
Aren't they basically in the episode like, I know this won't end well, but I'm
it's
doing
not too many Pinkie Pies. Dang it! What the heck is with...
You can make a lot of comparisons, so shut up.
I'm going insane. Wait, did Larson write too many Pinkie Pies?
No, he didn't.
Who did? Polsky?
Yeah.
Marston, come after season 5 of Friendship is Magic. I don't care who you turn into an alicorn. I just want to see you back and troll us.
Alright, but, so, what about Double Dipper stands out to you, other than the fact that it's pretty much just clones? Is that basically
That one funny bit, with Grunkle Stan. It basically comes out like a disco jazz and all that.
Grunkle Stan dances for 10 minutes.
And Mabel's eyes.
Can your uncle throw a party or what? Yeah. That's a funny video and you should watch it. Also watch Gravity Falls.
Yes. That...
Smoke weed every day.
Oh yeah, and also, this is also the episode that introduces Mabel's friends, that Asian girl and Greg. Who's the Asian girl's name? And Grenda, the girl who's like kind of
Candy?
Candy and Grenda. I wish I liked them more. It's just.
I mean, they're interesting, but they don't get a lot of screen
They
time.
stick out and they stick out of presence, but
They stick out. They're different, and I would like to
they
see.
play about Mabel well.
I would like
And
to
each
see.
other.
I would like to see more of them, but they don't really do much.
They're just there to just give Mabel some some
Moral support.
Yeah.
Don't start a believer.
Oh, so much reference. Yeah, so much.
Oh yeah, and
Nostalgia
and
references, it
that
hurts.
was a thing that completely flew over my head when I got into Friendship is Magic.
Anthology 3!
Yep, 80s cheerily. That went right over my head, and I didn't even know it. Just like the audio was exactly the same. How did I not realize? Yeah. Anyway, Irrational Treasure.
Quentin Brimley. What is his name? Yeah,
The
they didn't have President of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Alright, so, what was the deal with that episode? Man, but it's basically, there's some event going on. Apparently, Pacific Rim found a bunch of tools. Again.
Yeah. So they're pretty much off to prove, you don't have the deed to this town, you don't deserve to die like this. And, well, Mabel's pretty much down because she's too silly and stuff.
Yeah, she wants to be all serious and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Pacifica's being a jerk that way.
But when her tendencies kick in, she actually does discover mysteries.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, keep doing that.
So they go on this way to try to uncover the whole mystery. Well, the gay cops, we're going to refer to them as the gay cops. Yeah, try to stop them because they're afraid, of a conspiracy, and, all chaos will break loose.
So
they do actually find their secrets. Yeah, the secret out, and apparently it was actually a legit conspiracy forged because of an actual...
an 8.5 president.
Who won by a literal landslide in the days before. Apparently was America's worst president, who manages to outclass even the bad presidents we have in real life.
Obama, I'm sorry. He's not the worst. But...
Okay, he is an absolute bonkers kind of guy. His logic just makes no sense, but you just can't help but admire.
But he's awesome.
And he's pretty much you could accept a dude and president guy.
So what?
His Congressman's babies were crying out loud.
So eventually they end up putting him back in office because his term never ended. Is that what it was?
They abuse a loophole.
Some kind of loophole. I think it has to do with this term never ending.
Yeah, Quentin Thornley actually after being removed.
He was removed from the seat. He still had power, but they put someone else in his place anyway.
Yeah, real life president.
Yeah.
But Quentin Thornley went to go found Gravity Falls, but apparently the government was too concerned about that, so basically they had to cover up his existence by getting some random Nathaniel Northwest and make him some sort of awesome guy when really he was basically a random schmuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the Northwest family's pretty much been living a lie.
So So he's pretty much put back into the presidency.
He was frozen in amber.
Yeah.
By mistake. Yeah,
No, wasn't it peanut butter?
it was peanut brittle.
It was like some kind of peanut. It was kind of like some kind of peanut butter amber kind of thing. Is whatever.
Yeah.
But they make him president, and for getting him back into the presidency, he makes Mabel an official U.S. congressman. I'm legalizing everything.
Yeah, so being shit that
I just love that line. That was my favorite line for a while.
he does disappear out of that. He's a one-shot character, like
a lot of characters that do show up every now and then, but pretty much he helps.
the Pine twins being much
And then he-
Pacifica. I'm like, still hate you though.
Yeah, and then he rides into the sunset. Backwards.
He's a very odd guy.
He sits backwards saddle and just rides away.
And of course, a lot of his quotes are
Basically, mismangled versions of real life.
Yeah.
Sayings by presidents. Because lulz.
That's one episode that we really just can't explain. It's just...
The show is hard to describe in words.
Holy crap, we have already almost gotten an hour with this.
I don't care. Let's get going.
Alright. The Time Traveler's Pig. 1 million years time dungeon!
Hi, Lemon Grab.
Hi, Lemon Grab in Gravity Falls Farm. Meet Blendin'.
Right. Basically,
There's a fair going on. Dipper tries to do more shipping with Wendy. Ends up screwing up, giving her a black eye. Robbie swoops in to be the supportive boyfriend, well, pretty much one-upping Dipper.
And Dipper meets Blendin, who has a time travel tape measure, and that's the most awesome time travel thing I've pretty much ever seen.
Yeah.
It works so well too. It's like it's like the amount of time is
Measure.
It's literal.
You're
measure.
literally measuring how much time you're going.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
and he's in those local
So-
right now.
So basically, Dipper is trying every single way to make sure that he doesn't hit Wendy in the eye with the baseball.
And
But anyway, he tries. It doesn't work. But the only way it can is if he does it in a way that pretty much ensures that Mabel does not win her pet pig Waddles.
right, this is the introduction of like Waddles.
Waddles is fine.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny later on.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
episode that pretty much introduces him.
It's weird. This is the episode. I thought this was gonna be like the one episode that I wasn't gonna. It's funny. I really like the other episodes. It's just this one seemed like the one I would probably not like as much. It's just I'd say like one of the early weaker ones I come across watching. the show.
I think Dipper versus Manliness was probably
That one too.
the earliest episode that I wasn't really too fond of, but I still liked. But
Yeah. I only dislike one particular episode of the show. The rest are basically okay.
well, we both agree.
The weakest are
We
okay.
both agree on that at least on the episode that we despise, or not despise, but don't really like. Well, despise.
Yeah.
Well,
Dislike.
despise for this show anyway.
Yeah.
It's the Ne'er-do-well.
No, it's not that terrible.
No.
It's just
Well,
it's kind of a bump and run.
actually, no, I don't know.
Besides, calling
Actually, I don't know,
Ne'er-do-well
it's-
bad would be hyperbole or anything.
Well, we'll get to that. So yeah. And Dipper, in an act of selflessness, that decides to just let events go the way they go, and even then, it all still ends up going in their favor because Mabel has Waddles and uses Waddles to get Dipper back with Wendy somehow.
But poor Blendon actually gets screwed over because he lost the tape thing.
You're going to time jail.
And he gets punished, and then he's like, I'll be back.
He does come back. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I remember some people, like, I read somewhere that maybe that was, like, one episode people weren't particularly fond of because of, like, Dipper and Mabel's actions putting poor Blendon in the wrong. Even though the two of them were kind of nearly abusing the timeline.
No one was really. Well, if anything, Dipper was in the wrong, but he realized it.
Yeah.
So.
Poor
He
Blendon
did
got
rectify.
screwed over.
He did get screwed over, but well,
things work out for him later on.
Which we'll get to again. Fight Fighters. The episode that we already talked about. Basically, Rumble McSkirmish, the video game character, comes to life and,
Street Fighter arcade stuff. Yeah.
so many video game references.
And apparently they did their homework. Disney understands video games. Neat. I mean, when they're classics,
they
ESP, there's
made
a movie about video games, Tron, and of course there's Wreck-It Ralph.
I mean, they had Wreck-It Ralph, so.
Alright, so it's more, there's a lot of, like, episodes that...
Is Rumble McSkirmish basically the fighter equivalent to Ralph?
No, I see more Street Fighter in him. He seems like a cross between...
Donkey Kong?
No, he's basically, kind of like a couple of characters, Ken, Ryu, and some Guile.
No, I mean, I'm talking about Ralph.
Ralph's more of a Donkey Kong-esque character.
Yeah.
But Rumble McSkirmish is like some of the typical male Street Fighter characters.
Yeah.
Ken, Ryu, Guile.
Just a bunch of them.
And it is also very...
It's that... Oh, because he referenced Soviet Union.
Hello, my name is Rumble McSkirmish. You killed my father. Prepare to die. No. You killed Dipper's father. Prepare to die. Except no one's father actually died, so...
Yeah, also mentioned, like, it's also the game's kind of dated because it references Soviet Union, and Dipper reminds him, things kind of changed over time.
It's Russia now.
Yeah, it's just Russia. The Soviet thing kind of dropped since 1991.
Yeah. Alright, so it's more like Dipper gets into a little... actually crosses Robbie, and apparently Robbie wants to fight him and stuff, but Dipper's not sure about it, so he decides to enlist some help with it.
You want, mate? You want to go, mate? Fight me.
So they
fight me in real life. Except I'm gonna bring someone out of real life into real life and use him to beat you up.
Yeah, so that's what Dipper does. He finds his Fight Fighters arcade. He summons Rumble McSkirmish,
and then once he realizes how powerful Rumble McSkirmish is, he's like, "Oh, this is not good."
And realizes he's made a mistake, and Rumble actually can't tell reality.
Ow, your pixels are so sharp.
Yeah, so Dipper tries to stop both Robbie and Rumble by owning up to his mistakes. Rumble. Well, there's also some subplots that go on other episodes, but then not as important. Like, I don't know, like the one in the episode, there's a thing with Uncle Stan. Like, he does like there's the occasional like side plots where like he's trying to like scam people, like rig like a tank dunk. And, like, in this one, Mabel's trying to help him conquer his fear of heights.
Yeah.
Which he does.
Which, I guess so.
Yeah, we're not going to really talk about the side plots since they're kind of hard to...
Well, the side plots are fun. They're a nice distraction, but it's like... Well, there's the main plots, and that's what we're talking about most. Because that's what they're about.
And also, I sort of like this episode because I actually like its presentation, So basically, like, Dipper manages to stop up Rumble, and he gets defeated and stuff, and pretty much goes back to this game. Robbie fronts Dipper, and basically the two of them shake him out to basically have a friendly rivalry between them. Like, they decide to make their tensions between them less physical, more.
I like Dipper's sacrifice against Rumble McSkirmish. Super ultra mega hyper super prefix combo or whatever.
And Dipper survived all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like this. The two of them decide not to go through with the fight. Basically, like, you know what? Yeah, this fight's not gonna get us anywhere. Let's just pretend. Let's just hate each other in peace.
Or
for Wendy's sake. Yeah, for Wendy's sake. And like act like because they both really care for Wendy, and they don't want Wendy thinking like they're being bad influences.
We'll just have a pretty much silent rivalry.
Yeah, that's pretty much how the relationship develops. Yeah. Well, it throws Robbie a bone, but not so much.
Yeah. It's like
make it a little bit more rational instead of just a straight out punch you in the face kind of bully. No,
Yeah.
no one cares.
It does show that he has a he has
Robbie's a
he has a
jerk.
sense of morality.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Unlike a certain other.
Silence. All right. Anyway, next episode.
That Brett has no conscience.
Next episode. Little Dipper. Shrink raise.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's just basically... Mabel discovers she might be growing bigger than...
Hey, I'm a centimeter taller than you. That only works in Canada. We're pretty close to Canada.
They actually are.
Yeah.
They're like in Oregon somewhere. In the...
Gravity Falls, Oregon. Portlandia. But yeah, so I don't remember this one as much.
Yeah, they got shrink rays for crying out loud. Like,
It has shrink rays, and that's about it. I don't know. That's all I got.
it's a filler episode. That's fun.
Yeah, well, I don't remember hating it. I don't remember particularly liking it, but that means it really can't be that bad. So
No.
but Summerween. That's an episode I can talk about. The Summerween Trickster is so awesome.
Ooh, that is a pretty neat episode.
Yep.
It's basically the Halloween episode of the show, like, but it takes place more like in the middle of the summer. Like, Gravity Falls loves Halloween so much they celebrate twice a year.
Yeah, the whole season, or I mean the whole show takes place over a summer, I think. So I think the way they got around that, I don't think that they can pull it off again for a Christmas special, but the way that they got around that was they like Halloween so much that they celebrate it twice a year, and that episode probably has maybe the funniest beginning of any episode ever. Grunkle just throws a smoke bomb down and runs away. Try and catch me, suckers.
Yeah. And of course, Dipper's like also like going through like another sort of thing, like his ongoing tensions with like Wendy and the older teen crowd. Like things like
to hang out with the older teen crowd, I should probably not celebrate Christmas and just go to Halloween and just have Christmas on the brain.
Well,
I should just not celebrate Summerween and just go to a party instead.
Yeah,
but Mabel won't let him have that.
And
neither will the Summerween Trickster.
Who's basically this weird, creepy entity who basically stalks the children around.
Yes.
And he demands candy.
But none of the loser candy stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, as they're collecting pieces of candy, Dipper screws up and it all gets dumped into her or whatever. Was that what it was?
It falls into a river.
Yeah. And well, they're screwed. And Summerween Trickster comes up to him
because the jack-o'-melons.
Yeah.
They use melons as pumpkin.
They use freaking watermelons as jack-o'-lanterns, and that's awesome.
Well, then again, it would be a little odd to have pumpkins in the middle of summer. Well, full-grown pumpkins. I don't think pumpkins probably would have grown by then. Not sure how that works. Yeah. It's just kind of a cultural thing people are just used to.
Yeah.
Pumpkins and Halloween. Melons are summer enough without losing the effect.
So
Trickster chases the
the
kids. They flee into into the store, have a showdown with it, and they discover the truth behind this trickster.
It's all the loser candy that was thrown away over the years, and it all mutated into a giant thing. I've been traumatized.
Oh yeah, some random kid gets eaten.
Yeah.
Who sounds a lot like Tara Strong doing a boy voice. It's not though.
Yeah.
Is it? No.
I don't think it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I mean, it's Tara Strong.
Oh yeah, Susan actually.
Comes with him. Yeah, he shows up every now and then, and basically joins the kids.
Yeah.
And since he's also kind of an eater, he actually enjoys loser candy.
Mm-hmm.
And he also try to pull off some like bloody carnage and stuff, except in candy form, and not like making actual blood and guts.
Yeah. So that's a good way of getting past the radar, I guess.
There is no the radar.
There is no radar. What am I talking about?
There are there's hardly any sensors.
Her speed with this show basically pushes the limit without going too far. That's just the beauty of the show.
Yeah. So
and it's not really all in your face. It's still enjoyable, but it's
amusing in its risque moments.
Is that it? All you want to talk about?
Yeah, apparently the Sony Trickster pretty much dies because apparently he realizes someone enjoys me. Now I can die.
Someone loves me. I'm no longer loser candy. Dead.
I can die in peace.
Yeah. Poor submarine trickster. But he also tried to kill everyone, so why?
Cry for the devil.
Whatever. Boss Mabel. Another episode I really don't remember all that well. All I know is that
Mabel tries to.
Mabel tries to be more assertive, and Grunkle Stan needs to learn to be more passive.
I'm done with the comparisons. I'm not gonna go anymore, otherwise I get annoying.
I was thinking of putting her hoof down.
Which is a good episode, so shut up.
And maybe it ain't easy being Breezy's version?
No.
No, that's just to be less, to be more, well, it is to, we're talking about two different shows here, so.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I don't really remember Boss People all that well, but, again,
She tries to run place.
Again, I don't remember hating it, so that's good. Bottomless Pit, the anthology episode.
Oh yeah.
Right, talking about the anthology thing, like...
I need to look up what each of those, like, subsections of the episode was.
Right, can I explain what the anthologies are, like what you're looking up? Alright, so the anthologies are, like, basically...
are
scrapped ideas for potential episodes.
That's the way I see it. The way I see it is I don't think it is that they were scrapped episodes, but...
They couldn't come up with enough material for those individual episodes.
It was like short little stories that they came up with.
Like, behind the scenes, in between episodes.
Well, I guess so, anyway.
Yeah,
so
the Mystery Shack crew, pretty much ends up falling into a supposed bottomless pit, and they tell, like, their experiences of, like, stuff they've, like, come across, dealt with.
Yeah. So...
It's kind of a filler episode, except, like, with, like, little mini stories turning into it. The filler is fun, and...
So the first part is called voiceover, which is... Dipper's voice is even more weird than it was before. It's like they're making fun of themselves. They know that Dipper's voice is weird, and they're stretching that fact to it like unspeakable levels. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm super manly. And that kind of thing. That's basically all it is. And then we have... where... So... Oh, chop. There you go.
That's just my mail.
Yeah. So that's Dipper's story. He basically talks about how...
His voice got randomly deep one day.
Yeah. And... Yeah. Well, yeah. That's basically all it is. Then Seuss tells the story about... Seuss's really great pinball story. Is that a good title? Do they have to be puns or whatever? That's literally what the title is.
Oh, yeah. So...
That was funny.
Yeah, they find some sort of pinball thing.
Yep.
Seuss tries to rig it. Apparently they get trapped inside, have to escape it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's pretty fun. So... Grunkle Stan wins the football bowl. Just to show how much Grunkle Stan can completely make up a story about absolutely nothing. He didn't do any of that. So then Mabel tells her story about. It's called Truth Ache, which is basically truth teeth.
Oh yeah, like tries to get Grunkle Stan to stop being a liar.
Yeah, and
It backfires.
Yes, he stops being a liar, but he's brutally honest.
Such brutal honesty, Avatar would be proud.
Is this all there is? I mean, we're all gonna die one day, aren't we? And then like, alright, stop it.
Yeah.
Take the teeth from him, please. So
Are we halfway through the season yet? How many episodes do we have left to go?
that was the 14th episode, so yes, we are halfway.
Oh, good. I'm getting a little tired, but I still want to talk about the Jesus Gravity Falls.
Well, we're halfway through the entire show, at least. So, the deep end. Romando. Dun-dun-dun.
I'm not sure if I really want to talk about this episode.
There's a... Why not?
Mermaid, personal problem.
Oh, you hate the Little Mermaid, but you like Mermando, don't you? Dun-dun.
He was okay.
He was pretty funny.
And he's the only OTP that didn't work out with Mabel. Yeah, Mabel's
Well, for a while, anyway.
until something we find out what happens to him.
Yeah.
Poor Mermaid. So yeah, it's a day at the pool. Mabel's trying to find some boyfriend. She finds this strange.
Is this the real introduction to, like, Mabel's romances?
Yeah, Mabel's also kind of got this like thing of, like she wants to get a summer boyfriend.
I think the newest episode might have put it to rest, but I
Yeah,
hope it has, but...
yeah. And Mabel actually has the thing for shipping.
So Mabel meets this merman guy named Mermando.
Well,
Dun.
no one knows he's a merman, but apparently he pretty much got. Yeah, he found some of the bad spot and he ended up in this pool at this point.
He got trapped in a pool one day, and he wishes to return.
To his family.
Yes.
And he's Hispanic and he plays guitar.
Dun. Yeah. And I think this episode is really strong with the comedy. Deal with it.
Gideon, little. Oh yeah, Gideon shows up.
Gideon shows up out of nowhere and he's hilarious.
He shows up every now and then, like let's see, Uncle Stan, like in another episode,
he's not really an antagonist. He's more of a nuisance in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, but like when he's not in the focus, he's pretty much a nuisance, just to humiliate
he's
Uncle
a troll.
Stan. Like Uncle Stan gets locked in the stocks, Gideon starts smacking him with tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. And in this episode, he takes his chair. And pretty much the ideal spot in the entire pool. So
Well, Dipper's trying to, be with Wendy as a
lifeguard with the crazy leader lifeguard who each whistles.
That guy is mentally unstable. He is mentally unstable.
Is that it?
Yeah, apparently Mabel gets him back. They share a kiss and then Free Willy reference.
Yeah.
And then we don't see him again. There's not that the voice actor left.
We hear from him again.
Yeah.
At least. Carpet Diem. The carpet episode.
Right.
The body switching episode.
Apparently, yeah, Dipper.
Which they go all out with.
Yeah, the twins find and
They get mad at each other for some reason, and they want to, and then they want to get separate rooms. Dipper does find a separate room, but then Mabel's like, "No, I want it," and then they have and then they want to compete to see if
Grunkle Stan will give basically if favoritism will win.
Yeah, because he's Grunkle Stan.
So then they two accidentally switch bodies and
by Dipper rubbing his feet on the carpet. And when they touch, they switch bodies, and it's hilarious.
And then Mabel's freaking out.
Well, they're both freaking out.
So Dipper's trying to sabotage.
Well, they're trying to sabotage each other.
Yeah, but then Grunkle Stan finds Mabel and Dipper's body.
Yeah.
And thinks, oh, you're getting to that weird age where you're just still kind of girls. Well, I guess it's time for you and I to have a man-to-man talk. The birds and the bees, you know?
and you know exactly where it's going.
Yes. And
it all starts with this little fella, the Pituitary Clan. He may be small, but he's got big plans.
And then
and how you know where babies come from? Goodbye, childhood.
I remember the day when my childhood was ruined. It was awkward. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
It's always an awkward day.
there. Patch. Yeah.
So
So Carpet Diem is really great with the comedy. Has that
Shenanigans, body switching in galore shenanigans.
Trump unlegalizing everything for my favorite moment in the show with the "Goodbye, childhood" line.
Oh, poor Mabel. It's even more awkward for her.
They're not even subtle about it.
Subtlety? What's that?
Is that all we have to say about it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also Candy and Grenda are also there. So,
Yeah, more of a presence, I guess, but yeah.
but still, really not enough. And then Boy's Crazy. The boy bands. Disney's making fun of themselves.
And yeah, apparently, maybe it was, our friends are going crazy over this boy band, so they try to sneak in, but then they find out they're not
They're
a genetic.
they're literally corporate. They're literally corporate creations.
Yes, and they have no concept of reality outside of their little world.
Outside of performing.
Yeah, and their owners basically.
They can't even drink glasses of water, and that's sad.
Who in Gravity Falls can drink water correctly?
We'll get to that. We'll get to a lot of things.
Yeah, so maybe one of our friends try to free. What's his boy? The name of the band?
I don't know.
Something. Yeah, what's your friend was the boy band?
Yeah.
I actually don't. They're all kind of a singular character with all the little components, but I don't mind them.
No, well, they all look the same.
And not to mention, parts. They keep getting replaced over time because they become defective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they release them into the wild. They won't last a week.
Horrible, but true.
That's so sad. But, yeah. Episode 18. Land Before Swine. From Hex Hard, I stab that thing.
Gronkle stand confirmed for awesome.
And that was the moment when everyone loved Grunkle Stan. Everyone.
Yeah, so basically, I don't know what really happens.
But basically, Grunkle Stan is tasked with taking care of Waddles. Grunkle Stan doesn't want any of that, so he just leaves him outside. Gets
pterodactyl.
Gets stolen by a pterodactyl.
So
Wow.
So the mystery shack people gonna go after.
But luckily, he was wearing a sweater with yarn, so they can track him down.
Mabel and her sweaters. Mabel wasn't really got a thing with her sweaters. They're always usually
The weird thing about most shows is that
characters usually wear the same thing every day, except with some different outfits for special occasions, like a coat and some winter accessories, like for winter.
Yeah.
Or some beach attire, like.
Yeah, but it's usually the same exact outfit every episode of every forever. But Mabel...
They still adhere to that, for the most part. Characters still kind of wear the same thing.
But Mabel has a different sweater, like, every episode.
Because she really digs the sweaters.
Mm-hmm. And I like...
Hey, the theme song makes it pretty explicit.
My sweater's growing. Glowing. Not growing. This is... Silence.
No, that's an actual quote. Alright, so they try to follow where Waddles ended up, and they come across McGucket in the mine.
He gets eaten by baby pterodactyl.
He's fine later on.
Well, I think this one of the only things that's really implied. He ate his way out of the pterodactyl, I think.
So shenanigans ensue, like the characters go through some trials, they save Waddles, they confront the pterodactyl, Grunkle Stan pretty much redeems himself
By beating it up.
gloriously.
Yes. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Don't mess with Grunkle Stan or you will punch a pterodactyl in the face.
Yep. So is that
also, Seuss manages that even though he's not the brightest guy, he manages to outsmart the pterodactyl because they have cruddy vision.
Yeah. They can only see what's directly in front of them. They can't see like diagonally.
Mm-hmm.
So they all stand in a straight line and escape. Yeah, Seuss is awesome.
Seuss is awesome. He's
So-
dumb, but he actually is very reliable, and you can actually a pretty fun guy to hang out with.
So, are we done talking about that?
Yes, Land Before Swine. Yes.
And then, Dreamscapers.
Oh snap!
Bill Cipher.
Bill Cipher,
The Ice guy.
the Dorito, the Illuminati Dorito guy, with the top hat.
Yes. He's fantastic. He's basically this show's version of Discord.
Oh, he's Discord except worse.
He's Discord with malicious intent, and that's awesome. Here, deer teeth for you, kid. After he literally pulls deer teeth out of a deer's mouth.
Ugh.
Jeez, that's a way to make an impression.
Ugh.
Oh, I know lots of things. Lots of things.
Alright, this is the finale. We're getting to the finale now.
Well, this is the first part of the finale.
Alright, we're actually in a technical two-part finale. There are two separate episodes, but they all...
It's kind of debatable which. No, it's not really debatable. I mean, they both coincide with one another. So
Yeah, they're just not part one or part two.
they're separate episodes, but they do feel like a good finale. So
Yeah, so Gideon's back in the spotlight as the main bad, but
pretty much
decides to unleash his master plan, basically taking the deed to the mystery shack.
releases Bill Cipher,
Yes, you've pretty much releasing the equivalent of...
and literally as soon as he does, he's like, "Oh, I have made a mistake."
In the best way, he summons him.
Backwards message, backwards message, backwards message, backwards message.
Yes, he's basically chanting some sort of weird thing as he's summoning Bill Cipher, and you play backwards. It is backwards message.
It's literally backwards message. I love the show for doing stuff like that.
Mm.
And yeah, it's funny how dumb you are.
So Bill is summoned by Gideon to go after the secrets to where the deed to Mr. Shack is. So they go
Inside Stan's mind.
where they come across some memories of
In Mind Doors.
Yeah, I actually learned some interesting things about Grunkle Stan.
Yeah.
Apparently how he's kind of about a little bit into his past and stuff. How he wasn't probably the most secure guy, but then he decided to toughen up his image.
Mm-hmm. And so Grunkle Stan's pretty much trying to toughen Dipper up. Well, Dipper and Mabel, but
Yeah, and he really does care about
but all the physical labor for Dipper because he's a weakling. Mabel's not expected to be strong, physically. So
yeah, but we still get the idea that Grunkle Stan does care for and does care. He just has his kind of tough love, if anything.
Yeah.
He's eccentric and hard, but he does mean well.
Yeah.
And which is why I adore the guy so much.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So eventually they do
Encounter Bill. They managed to thwart him.
Mm-hmm. And Coyote's howling outside. Awesome. Camera probably won't pick it up, but yes, there are coyotes outside. Yes, we do live near the mountains, so it's coyotes everywhere.
Luckily, there's no bears.
Yeah. Shut up. What were we saying?
Oh yeah, we're talking about
But when they are just about to beat Bill Cipher, he's pretty much just like, enough, and just ends everything.
Yeah, basically he gets annoyed by them.
He knows that they have potential, but he goes back to fight him another day.
Wait, what does he say before he leaves?
What the reality is losing the universe?
Yeah, does he say that? In that episode?
Well, he says that, but it's after Gideon releases him.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the episode, he says something like "always watching."
Yes. So basically,
I'll be watching you, or something like that.
yeah. So apparently, really evil Discord is on the loose, and could return at any time.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what really Bill's significance is, but it still hasn't been explained yet. But all we know is he's really dangerous, and he knows a lot of things. As I mentioned, he's a trickster entity of sorts.
So
And he looks like the Illuminati.
he's a triangle.
With
Triangle.
the little
guy.
top hat.
Yes, with the top hat. Yellow.
But unfortunately, Gideon does.
Well, Gideon was planning to take down the Pines family by using Bill Cipher, but when Bill Cipher failed him, quote unquote, Bill Cipher didn't really fail at anything. Yeah, it's pretty much just like Gideon went to Plan B.
Yeah. And of course, Bill disappeared. Yeah, to show up later.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, Bill's like, I want more Bill. Come back, Bill. He does come back.
Mm-hmm. So
It's just he made such a great first impression. I just want the guy back.
mm-hmm.
So like, Gideon actually does find the deed, and
well, by using dynamite, or was it dynamite?
he uses force to find his way in. He finds the deed, and he's like, now the mystery shack is mine, and has him deported.
The deed is mine. I'm taking down your shack.
And we're gonna continue on. Like, it's still a continuing story. So
Yeah, with Gideon Rises. So basically, so basically, the Pines family are trying to cope with losing the mystery shack, and
Uncle Stan feels like he's failed his the twins, so he decides to send him back home early.
yeah, basically Gideon's won. So he just sends him home. But
Dipper and Mabel decide, no, screw this. We're gonna go help Uncle Stan.
Zeus is the bus driver. Drives him back.
Yeah, Zeus pretty much doesn't give up on. Yeah, Zeus recruits the twins, and they go up back to try to stop Gideon.
And well, Gideon finds out, sends in his giant mech after him,
Yes.
which is awesome.
Oh yeah, and Dipper decides to really confronts Gideon personally, like they actually fighting or like beating the crap out of each other
After
inside the mech.
Yeah, so after Dipper and Mabel are pretty much separated, Dipper's literally just flung on into a cliff with blood.
Blood! Actual blood!
Yeah.
It's only a cut though, but
Yeah.
they don't try to censor it.
Mm-hmm. So Dipper walks away, seemingly defeated, and then jumps onto the mech.
Well, he remembers like what something about Uncle Stan.
And turns around, jumps onto the mech, beats the crap out of Gideon.
Inside.
Beating the crap out of Gideon.
Yeah, Gideon completely gets dropped.
Like on screen, like actual beating up of Gideon.
Yeah, do not mess with Dipper or Gideon.
And then they're on the bridge, and they fall off the bridge. And grappling hook.
Yeah, Mabel's grappling hook thing, she keeps on running. Actually, he saves the both of them. Gideon's
But
okay.
when did she get the grappling hook?
I don't know.
She got it in a past episode.
Yeah.
So it's like it was useful.
The Chekhov's gun, it saved him.
Mm-hmm.
Gideon's okay, but he just ends up being defeated. They get the deed back. The mystery shack is reopened and rebuilt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's pretty much a fantastic end to the season 1.
Oh yeah, and they managed to acquire. Like the other books.
Well, Grunkle Stan had the first book already.
Oh yeah. They actually acquired Gideon's book to figure out how Gideon was able to.
They stole Gideon's book from him, and Grunkle Stan took all 3 books.
Yeah.
And used them to open a portal. To what? We have no idea.
Oh well, what's really that portal thing? Is it even?
This is it. All the pieces are coming together.
When I saw that, I was like, oh my god!
Squee.
I mean, that just escalated so quick. I knew for Uncle Stan was hiding something, but when I figured, I knew there was another book, but I didn't know like where the book was. Like there were numbers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dipper had the third book. Gideon had second. He had the first one. He brings the books together. Oh my gosh.
Hiatus.
And then
I'm glad we didn't have to deal with that.
and we get and also there's the shores. We're not gonna go into much into them. They're just
But no, we're just no. We'll acknowledge that they exist.
yeah, it's just fun filler just to keep the fans happy and entertained while they're waiting.
And now we do you wanna do season 2 or you wanna stop?
Season 2, we're gonna keep going.
Okay.
No, maybe actually no. Let's actually stop about it because like, no. Should we keep going? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think we can. Well, we can stop for now, and we'll just do the first 9 episodes of season 2 in its own video. I mean, that could take like 20 minutes, so
Yeah.
it would be perfectly
Fine.
fine.
You guys are gonna get a little tired.
We've gone for an hour and a half. Already.
Yeah, but like that's the entire first season of Gravity Falls,
And it is awesome.
and we're gonna expect a little bit more. And basically, like once the next episode airs, we're gonna review it.
Like give it an actual review.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that for every
instead of
future.
glossing over it.
Instead, for every future Gravity Falls episode.
Yeah. So.
Our new continuous review series.
Well, we could do it. Well, we could do a season 2 video like right after this too.
Yeah, like our retrospective on season 2. We're just talking about season 1.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts on it?
I just want to take a break because I ran out of water and I'm thirsty.
And I'm also hungry and I'm tired.
Alright, so...
But Gravity Falls, it's one of our new favorite shows. We enjoy it, and we expect great things to come for it. By the way, where's the next new episode?
We'll get to that. We're taking a tiny break. 5-minute break. Alright?
Right.
Okay. And starting... It's not actually 5 minutes. We're not timed. We're just ending right now.